Where is the world's greatest war being fought right now? The answer is simple. In markets, technology, and information. The United States has imposed 100% tariffs on Chinese-made electric vehicles. Semiconductor tariffs are set to rise to 50% by 2025. No gunfire. But this war is real. This slide explains it all. 30 years of international relations data makes this clear. Today, let me show you how it works. For centuries, a nation's power was measured by the size of its military. That has changed. The day Russia invaded Ukraine, the West didn't reach for guns. Western nations cut several major Russian banks off from SWIFT, applying financial pressure across the board. In the immediate aftermath of the invasion, the ruble collapsed against the dollar. Capital controls sparked a partial rebound, but the economic damage ran deep. Iran, under oil sanctions, suffered multiple consecutive years of negative growth. The World Bank data makes this undeniable. Economic sanctions, in some cases, can deliver a blow that rivals military force. This is the first weapon of the invisible war. Why did the United States move to crush Huawei? The answer isn't 5G. It's the technological supremacy that lies beyond it. Semiconductors are at the core of the AI race. Data, energy, and talent matter just as much. The nation that controls these controls military power, economic power, and information. As of 2023, China's semiconductor self-sufficiency rate sits below 20%, even when foreign-owned factories inside China are included. More than 80% of its needs depend on the outside world. And the United States is no longer acting alone. Japan implemented export controls on 23 categories of advanced semiconductor manufacturing equipment in July 2023. China struck back, imposing export controls on semiconductor materials including gallium. A tightening encirclement and a counteroffensive, the entire supply chain has become a weapon. Technology has become the strategic asset that determines national competition in the 21st century. Why did TikTok become a flashpoint in the US Congress? This isn't about a video app. TikTok is a massive platform with over 1 billion users worldwide. The question is, where does all that behavioral data get stored? That is the heart of the matter. What passed in the United States in 2024 was not an immediate, outright ban. It's a law that demands parent company ByteDance divest or face distribution restrictions. The real dispute isn't about videos. It's about data governance and algorithmic control. CGTN and RT have built large-scale international broadcasting networks across multiple regions. In recent years, however, EU sanctions have altered RT's reach significantly. Information shapes perception through news and the recommendation algorithms of social media, and perception drives behavior. This is the third weapon of the invisible war. The invisible world war is being fought on 3 fronts simultaneously. The first is economics. Tariffs, sanctions, and financial exclusion are pushing nations into corners. Today, that extends further to investment screening, subsidies, and the scramble to lock down supply chains. The second is technology. Control over semiconductors, AI, and cyberspace will determine the future. The third is information. Who writes the world's narrative? That determines the next hegemon. The United States is binding its allies through the Quad, AUKUS, and the CHIPS Act. China has signed cooperation documents with over 150 countries through the Belt and Road Initiative. But the depth of each country's commitment varies enormously. Across the global south, a growing trend is emerging. Nations refusing to lock themselves to either Washington or Beijing, choosing their stance issue by issue. Experts call this multi-alignment. The world is not simply the West versus China and Russia. Rather than a clean split, what we're witnessing is a strategic de-risking sector by sector, decision by decision. Does the invisible world war have an end? The data offers a cautious answer. The dollar still accounts for roughly 58% of global foreign exchange reserves. It commands nearly half of all international payment transactions as well. Yet when it comes to capital mobility and the depth of financial markets, dollar dominance remains substantial. The renminbi's share of international payments has expanded to around 4%. The BRICS New Development Bank has approved a cumulative total of over $30 billion in projects. The digital yuan pilot program has already expanded to more than 20 regions. But none of this is about to replace the dollar system overnight. What we're seeing is a signal. The era of unipolar dominance may be drawing to a close. Will the world move toward multipolarity? Or will a new hegemon emerge to claim it all? What do you make of this? Which nation do you think holds the most advantageous position in this invisible war? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. There are no definitive answers in geopolitics. That's precisely what makes the debate worth having. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. This channel analyzes world events through the lens of geopolitics and economics. Not emotion, facts. Not opinion, mechanisms. That's how we deepen your understanding of the world. If you found this analysis valuable, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.